Hi there. I just finished a yoga session and suddenly was filled with this sense of gratitude for this amazing practice that I've been exploring for over 10 years now. And the gratitude basically comes from the fact that it was the practice that really helped me just get out of my own head. Unfortunately, I wasn't very good with consistency, so the practice would come and go. But yeah, it's just definitely, yeah. And again, this gratitude and the whole thing of, being in my head just got me thinking that, yeah, and this whole, doing YouTube and trying to prepare and realizing that, preparing to make a video, like, putting my makeup on and doing my hair and figuring out what background to use and things like that. It just takes so much more time than actually making a video and sharing my stories and my thoughts. And yeah, no wonder I got back to sort of thinking about my tendency to overthink, and that I'm getting better with that, but that's definitely still a process. And it's just, if I could just sit down with my past self, especially my teenage self and my 20-something self, and just talk. And, there was one thing that I wish, I wouldn't be, I wish I had a tip from my older self about life or anything. It's just like, stop overthinking. And there's a bunch of things that I could tell her, my younger self, ways that I could control that tendency. And yoga is definitely one of them. But it's not only, thinking about the time spent and wasted overthinking about something and not really doing anything about it, but it's what's probably even more tragic for me right now. Well, not to be too judgmental or anything, but just the fact that I was always, identifying myself with this tendency. And of course, a lot of the time I would call my overthinking, just being analytical, just being very into analyzing everything and everyone, and especially myself and all the things that are happening in my life. And I would also sort of connect it to my identity as a creative person, as a writer. And I would say that, the writing process is not only when you sit down at the desk and do the whole like actual actual writing, but it's, a lot of the time is in your head, right? Which is true, but damn it, it's really so dangerous to identify yourself with something that is not really helpful. So I've been thinking about limiting beliefs a lot, and been thinking about the content that I'm going to, produce about it, and just share my experiences and my stories and my, some techniques that I've acquired. But, we tend to think of limiting beliefs as something that tell us, the belief telling us that we can't do something or that we are not that. But the limiting belief can also be thinking that, you're an overthinker and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just who I am. I just tend to overthink, overanalyze everything. And yes, I could say that I was born like that. I could say that it's written in my astrological chart and it's part of me being neurodivergent. It's a lot of things, but really I just need to think rather feel into it, right? Is it actually, is this trait, does it really belong into my identity that I want to keep, that I want to establish? I mean, it's yeah, it's one of the scariest things, right? To just nitpick your identity and realize that some things are just not, they don't belong there anymore. So yeah, I wish you also to look into these things in yourself. What needs to go, what needs to come back or come, and you know, it's just limiting beliefs. Yeah, they come in all sorts of all shapes and forms, and it's really, yeah, there's no much not much value in identifying yourself as an overthinker. That's my take, at least for today. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to share today, and yeah, take care of yourself, do some yoga. Definitely do something, take that inspired action, and not to, you know, just get out of your head. All right, see you next time. Ciao for now.